We're going to talk about subtracting polynomials. Yesterday we added polynomials, so today is all about subtracting. So the word for subtracting is finding the difference. Addition was the sum. So in order to find the difference of polynomials, we are going to have to distribute the negative by changing all the signs in the following sets of parentheses, then combine like terms. So let's look at this. Yesterday when we added, the parentheses didn't make a difference. Here, the first parentheses, there's no difference if we take out the parentheses. So go ahead and write it without the parentheses. The first parentheses only, or first trinomial inside the parentheses. But the second one has a negative in front of it. If there's a negative in front of a parentheses, that means we're actually distributing a -1 to everything inside. But actually, the easier way to think about it is, this is going to change all of these signs. Change all signs. So if it's positive, it becomes negative. If it's negative, it becomes positive. So I'm just going to look at the first one, 3x squared. Right now it's just 3x squared, so it becomes negative 3x squared. Negative 4x is going to become positive 4x. Negative 5 is going to become positive 5. So we can think about it as distributing a negative, which means I'm going to multiply negative times a positive, negative times negative, negative times negative. Or the easier way to think about it is just change the sign of everything inside that second parentheses. So now it looks similar to what we did yesterday. We're going to combine like terms, and you want to write it in descending exponent order. So my biggest exponent here is 2. So I'm going to put a little bracket underneath all the x squareds. So I have 2 minus 3. If you struggle with positives and negatives, put it in your calculator. 2 minus 3. It's -1. Keep your x squared. Then we have x to the first power, or just x. I'm going to put little squigglies under those. Now I have -2 plus 4. Put that in the calculator if you don't know. -2 plus 4. It's a positive 2x. And then what's left? Just our constants. So we have a positive 3 and a positive 5. 8. Okay, one thing is not necessary. I don't necessarily need that 1 there. So I'm going to rewrite it without the 1 there, because this is completely simplified. All I did was remove a 1. I kept everything else the same. All right, example 2. We have this minus this. So guess what? We're going to change the sign of everything in the second parentheses. I'm going to rewrite it. Oh, this is a mixture of x's and y's. So now inside the parentheses, I'm changing all the signs. So minus y squared minus x squared plus x minus 12y plus 10. So now we're going to mark them up. And we are going to put them in descending exponent order. So I'm going to start out with y squared. Actually, we need to do it in alphabetical order when we have an x squared and a y squared. So I'm actually going to start with this negative x squared. You want to look at the exponent, but you also want to look at it alphabetically. So this would be negative x squared. So I put that one first. All right, and then we have 5y squared minus y squared. There's an understood 1 right there. So 5 minus 1 is 4. And then let's do x's and y's. So 6x plus x. That would be 1. 6 plus 1, right? Because I have a 6x and a 1x. So that's a plus 7x. Then I have y's by themselves. So I'm going to put a box around 8y and negative 12y. So I had to come up with another symbol. So if you don't know that, put in your calculator. Positive 8 minus 12. 8 minus 12. Yep, negative 4y. And then we have our constants. Negative 10. Oh, I should have done it down here, sorry. Negative 10 and positive 10. Yeah, it cancels out, so we don't even need it a constant here. Put a box around it. Okay, hopefully you're getting the hang of it. Okay, we're going to do this next one. We have A's and B's all mixed up. So I have this minus here, so this whole thing is going to change signs. I'm going to carry the first one down without the parentheses. Then I'm going to go ahead and do this. I need to change the sign. Negative a squared would be positive a squared. Positive 4ab, it's going to be negative 4ab. And then this other parentheses, it's a plus, so I don't need to do anything to those. Just carry them down. All right, we're going to start with the biggest exponent of the first letter in the alphabet. So A is going to be the first. So A squared. So I'm going to put a little bracket underneath all the A squareds. This one's different from the other ones because we actually have 3 of those. So I have negative 9. Oh, that would be a 1. Plus 1 minus 2. Negative 10. So I did a squared, so now I'll do any other squared, so that would be b squared. Are there any other b squareds? Nope. So that would be plus b squared. And then we'll do a, b, a mixture of the two. negative 4ab, and negative 2ab. Negative 4 and negative 2 make negative 6ab. And then the last one is this negative 8b. Oh, I've got to put a box around it. Okay, we have one more example just because this is how you're going to see it on Delta Math today. So example 4 is going to be subtract 2x plus 3 from negative 3x squared plus x minus 5. Subtract 2x plus 3 from negative 3x squared plus x minus 5. So if you subtract this from this, you're actually going to switch the order. And put parentheses around them. We're going to switch the order because of the word from. Subtract this from this. It's kind of like saying subtract 5 from 12. You'll say 12 minus 5, not 5 minus 12. When it's from, whatever's behind the from is the first thing that you write. So negative 3x squared plus x minus 5. Put it in parentheses. Subtract this from that means we're switching the order of those two polynomials. So then minus parentheses 2x plus 3. Okay, we're going to change the sign of everything in that second parentheses because we have a minus in front of it. So I'm going to rewrite negative 3x squared plus x minus 5. That's just your first polynomial. Then I'm changing the sign of everything inside this parentheses, so it's minus 2x minus 3. So now it looks like what we've been doing. So we combine our like terms. So I'm going to start with 3x squared. I'm going to put it over here. 3x squared. And then we have an x, so that's really a 1x minus 2x. 1 minus 2. Put it in your calculator if you struggle. 1 minus 2. Negative 1. X. And then our constant's negative 5 minus 3. Negative 8. Do I need the 1 there? Not really. So I'm just going to rewrite it one more time. I know we're running out of space probably. Just rewrite it without the 1. Or if you want to erase the 1, you can. Okay, so this can be glued in. And your assignment is to finish the quizzes from yesterday. And then work on Delta Math. I have a paper for you to write down Delta Math problems.